Hello and welcome to episode 192 of the Datapack tutorial series for version 1.2.1.4. We're going to be making an Elytra launcher. It's an experiment. It's my first idea. Here is the Elytra launcher. Whoosh! And now I can fly. Pretty simple. Okay, so what are we actually doing? What we're doing is we're checking if the player is sneaking. If they are sneaking, we're checking if they are wearing an Elytra. If they are wearing an Elytra, we're checking if this is an emerald block. And then we're checking if this is a netherite block. There we go. So we've got a few checks in there. I've emptied the data pack, so let's get on and build it now with no cuts. Let's go straight in. Here we are. So we have inside my namespace function, my own folder launcher. That's where I'm putting my function. We're going to be using the tick, and we're going to have a predicate. Let's do that predicate first. We've done is sneaking so many times. Let's just do it quickly. It's going to be misode, predicate, check the version's right, it is, entity properties. Entity will be this, the predicate will be, it's a flag, isn't it? Flags. We've got a few things to check there. Is sneaking. Take that, take it back, stick it inside is sneaking. Bish bash bosh. There we go, done. We can now check if something is sneaking. So let's pop over to the tick. Now we could put all our checks in here. So we could do execute as all players. If predicate is sneaking, we'll do an @s. And then we'll just run function launcher check. Now we could put all our checks in here. We could say if the predicate is this, if they're wearing the Elytra, if there is an emerald block, if there is a netherite block. I think I'm going to put the other checks inside the launcher check. It's up to you really. It would do exactly the same thing. Other things might use tick, so you might have a bigger data pack. So rather than have a really big long file here, I like to keep it a bit smaller. So it's easy to check quite quickly what this is doing. In fact, you might even want to sometimes remove the @s, because maybe you're doing something at the predicate, you're just checking they're sneaking, but you don't care what they are. And then you run another function called tick player. I'm going further than I need to go. Let's just go into launcher check and we'll do the other checks. So we're executing as the player at the player if they're sneaking. So we don't need to check any of that again. So we will just do execute if items, entity, the entity that made it this far, their armor chest is an Elytra. Let's use the namespace, we should do really. If block, but we want the block underneath them. Now they could be standing, if we put -1, if they were standing on top of a slab that was on top of an emerald block, we would still find that emerald block. So to stop that, maybe you want that. I don't, so I'm going to say -0.2. I think that'll be alright. There we go. And if that is a Minecraft emerald block, and then I'm just going to copy all of that actually. All that if block bit, copy. Paste in it again, and I'm going to say if 1.2 should do, if it is a netherite block. Okay, so to get this far, they have to be sneaking. Then they have to be wearing an Elytra. Then we'll check the block. Then we'll check the other block. And if all of that is true, then we will run effect give effect. Run effect give @s levitation. And we want quite a whooshy boost to get them up nice and high. We'll go with 30 and we'll hide the particles. True. Okay. Let's go back. If I do a reload, it won't make any difference because those are the commands we had before. So let's find out if we made a mistake. Let's go on it. Let's just do emerald. No, let's do this one. Wait, that one worked. Okay, let's take off the Elytra. So that's kind of like a safety thing. If I was in survival and I shift on this by accident, I'm not going to go anywhere because I haven't got. You imagine if I came along and I didn't have an Elytra on and I shifted, I'd be like, oh, I've just killed myself. I've just killed myself because I wasn't wearing my Elytra. So that's like a little safety check. You can only use it if you are wearing your Elytra. And then we can just press space. Well, I mean, you don't have to press space. Or not press space. That reminds me of the old Yogs cast. Why didn't my space not work? Get it. Maybe I have to be fooling. I don't know. Maybe I just missed the button completely with my silly fingers. Okay, there we go. Nice and quick and simple. Busy couple of weeks coming up for me. But let's have a little bit of a waffle. I don't know which of these checks is quickest, which is more performant. Because what we'd want to do is we want to do the most performant check first. So I'm going with is sneaking. That means if we're not sneaking, we're not even going to get in here. So that's got to be the best one to do first. But then is it quicker to check if they're wearing an Elytra, or is it quicker to check if it's a block? Because what we want to do is we want to do a nice fast check and cut it off quickly so it doesn't execute anything else. So I think, first of all, sneaking. Yeah, if they're not sneaking, we're not going to do anything. That's pretty cool. Players tend, unless they're building up high, they generally running around and stuff, not sneaky. Then we'll check if they've got an Elytra, and if they haven't, they're in armor or anything else like that, then we're going to stop. And then we'll check the blocks. I feel that this is a reasonable way to do it. If you have more information, thinking that actually it would be better to do the block check first, chuck that in the comments. Things like that are really handy to know. Okay, I think we're done. Let's go back so I can wave goodbye. There we are. I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.